All right, today's video, we're gonna talk about early extension and show you a really cool drill to help you put into play what we saw in a recent pros versus AMs video.
Shaun Webb here, along with my good buddy Mike Granado with Athletic Motion Golf. If you haven't done so already, click the subscribe button down below here. If you do that, you're gonna have the chance to win some free swag. Every week we're gonna take the best comment and send you some free gear, only if you're a subscriber to the channel.
Only the subscribers.
So Mike, what are we gonna talk about today? You mentioned early extension. What do you wanna do there?
So we did a pros versus AMs video, a little looking down from a bird's eye view of the golfer, and it was basically showing how the left hip and right hip work relative to like a tush line.
Okay.
And we got a lot of great feedback. A lot of people enjoyed that video. And a lot of golfers asked us how, they can kind of work on that, right? It's a big problem for a lot of people, how the hips move. So here's a drill that we kind of took from one of our tour players. He kind of did a modified version of this. We'll show you that one, and then we'll show you a recommended way to do this, so you can kind of have both options to see which one works for you.
Beautiful.
So what we've got here is just a straight line shaft, kind of down the target line, except Shaun has to switch places here. And you're gonna put your heels up to that line.
Okay.
All right,
okay.
So we got our orange stick here. Let me have you bump forward just a little bit with your heels, about an inch forward.
Okay.
Good. So what Shaun's gonna do is really try to bend this stick on the downswing. So he's gonna start slow and really find that stick and really start to bend that stick in the downswing. And this stick is actually off his left cheek. So it's off his front hip. And that's the hip we're really concerned about. If you saw in that pros versus AMs video, a lot of time let's go back to the address, Shaun, and start the backswing. So I'll be right here, I'll be your right hip. A lot of times on the downswing, go ahead. This right hip goes forward. The left hip isn't replacing deep enough in the downswing. So we're gonna switch that with this drill. We're gonna start slow, and then now let's start to add some speed, Shaun. Really get that left hip back in bending that stick. Good. So you're not gonna bend it going back, but you're gonna bend it coming down. Awesome. And that's a great way, and you should be able to feel this. You can use an umbrella, try to knock the umbrella out of the ground. Anything that you have laying around. Most guys have sticks in their bag. It's a great way to do that. Now, the way one of our tour players did it was, get this out of the ground, all right, set up to it.
Like this?
Yep.
Okay.
He would set it way back here. Obviously, he's not gonna hit it, but this gave him the feel of really getting that left hip super deep. And he said he would try to hit it, but obviously nowhere close. And that was just a feel for him, and he basically put a stick down for every ball that I saw him hit in the practice range. So either one of those is gonna accomplish the same thing. Now let's put your rear towards the camera, and I'll show everybody what it looks like from down the line. So we've got this stick just right in front of his hip, and I'll show him how you bend the stick. Right there. So we're really gonna put some pressure into that stick, bend it away from the target line and towards the target.
Yeah, and I feel it more into my heel than I would if I was doing it
That's exactly
incorrectly.
right. If you get pressure out towards the front toe of that left foot, it's gonna be very difficult to do. So we've got to get some deeper rotation with that left side coming into the ball.
Absolutely.
This is gonna be a great way to put into practice what we showed in that pros versus AMs. The hips basically, so this is the center of my hip. You've got the right hip here, rotates away from the target line. Now left hip has to get back away from the target line so that right hip has a place to go. We see a lot of golfers that kind of do this.
Absolutely.
So it's a way of getting that left hip deep enough out of the way so we can have room for the hands and club.
Yeah, if you wanted to just kind of look at that on your hips, put the club across your hips, and you could see if you did it right. I start taking the left one back, and the right one kind of has a plane to it, right? Instead of just this level turn.
Exactly.
I think that's a key takeaway as well.
Yep. So carry two sticks with you, set them up, and get to work, and this will take care of your early extension.